Hey Haunties. So I'm really liking the Deep Condition With Me formula for Sundays. So that's what I'm going to stick to for a little while. We're going to see if we like it or if we don't. But the reviews so far have been pretty okay. So this week I'm going to be deep conditioning with the Shea Moisture High Porosity Moisture Correct Mask and the Manuka Honey and Mafura Oil Hair Mask on my ends, because my hair is thirsty, baby. If you can hear gardening in the background, like leaf blowing and stuff, I have no control over it. It should be done in a few minutes. I apologize. So I have had a fantastically strange day, and I guess we're just gonna talk about that. You know, like, so in some states I guess you don't have to get your car inspected or smogged every other year in order to keep it registered, but you do in California. I have a car that is from 1992. So they have to use a different machine than they do with cars that are from like the 2000s and more recent, because I guess there's like a chip or something. I don't know. I'm not a fucking mechanic. Who knows? Anyways, so I was going with my mom because I don't like to go to mechanic places alone. I don't really know a lot about cars. I don't really care to know a lot about cars because I can always have someone else do it. It's how the world works, you know what I mean? And she does know about cars, and people take her more seriously in like mechanic places than they do me. No one really ever takes me seriously. Even when I know something, I have to like constantly prove that I know what I'm talking about, and it's really annoying. Anyways, so we had to go to 3 different places because everyone's machines were mysteriously broke, and then the last guy couldn't take us. He was too busy, which is understandable. It's just frustrating. And this has been going on for a month now. I have been trying to get my car smogged for a month in order to keep it registered. And every time we go, they can't do it. The one time that the machine was working, we got there and the guy closed an hour and a half early. And it's just really frustrating, and I'm over it, you know what I mean? So I watched it yesterday, and it was honestly not good. I know it's really negative. I don't really care. It wasn't good. Like, listen, I liked the original It movie. I watched, you know, all of the little mini series or whatever, and that was good. But maybe it was because it was a bootleg from like Czechoslovakia. I think it was Czechoslovakia. I've seen Czech Hunter. I know how they talk or what their like language sounds like, you know what I mean? And it just wasn't good. I feel like they overdo CGI now, and it's not to bash computers because I'm totally pro internet and pro computer and stuff, and I hate those people that are like, we're too plugged in. Because we're not too plugged in. Like, this is the way the world works now. We have advanced, you know? Like, grow up, Benjamin Franklin. The original movies, the like special effects that people would do in the movies still hold up because they were like, they worked hard at making the special effects, and that's not to bash anyone who does CGI. It's just to say that, you know, there are a lot of handmade things that do there's a lot of handmade things that you can do for horror movies that still stand to this day, and a lot of CGI doesn't right now. I'm putting baobab oil in my hair as well because my hair has been freaking out this week. I'm not really sure why. It just wasn't good. Like, he wasn't scary. Like, the original the guy who played him was scary. It's psychological horror, and he wasn't playing that. And I just didn't like it. I didn't enjoy it. I hope that the sequel's better. But, you know, I found out recently that in the books, the girl Beverly, in order to keep them connected in the sewers so they don't get lost, has a gangbang with them. And that's really disturbing to find out, you know, that Stephen King's got these like pedophiliac... Is that a new word? Did I make up a word? Anyways, he's got these like pedophile fantasies in his head. Anytime an adult male writer like because he was like 40 during that time, I think. I don't know, he's an old bitch. Anyways, anytime someone that's like an older man writes stuff like that, it always really creeps me out, because I think to myself about how many times during the day and during their life in general they've thought of young girls in that way, and it kind of ruined the series for me. So, but I'm hoping that the next one is better, because you know they have to have a part 2, and I do prefer part 2 over to part 1, but that's also because I don't like kids. I like some kids, I don't really care for them though. It's not, I don't know, you know what I mean? I just wasn't happy with it. I was disappointed. What also disappoints me about it is how people are trying to make it like a gay icon or something when he's a child predator. And it's always straight people, and it's always fucking BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed always starts this shit. They never look into the things that they put out and how it affects groups that they're trying to market to, because you're aligning a child predator, a child murderer, with a group of people who are already called every day pedophiles and perverts and all this other bullshit, and you're kind of perpetuating that stereotype. And it's really just like, grow up and do your fucking research. It's like when they did Queer Prom, like none of the people that were producing it were queer, or at least out openly queer, but they were doing it to get queer people's stories, and I guarantee you that they didn't pay them, because BuzzFeed likes to fuck people over like that. And so they just want to monetize off of us, but they don't want to give anything back to us. And it's really just faux allyship, and I'm so over it. And anyways, he's a child predator. Stop associating every fucking villain and monster with us. It's outdated and frustrating. I started a Patreon the other day, so if you guys are interested in that, I do have it linked below. The majority of the rewards in the higher system, or the higher rankings, or whatever it's called, the hierarchy, we'll go with that. The majority of the rewards in the hierarchy are just based around like tarot readings and like free zines and shout outs. I didn't really know what to put because I don't really have a lot to give away, but it's a good start. So anyways, if you're interested in that, it is down below. Oh my god, okay. So I went to Walmart today, and like everyone does, you know, whatever. And you know how when you go into Walmart, it's always so crazy. It's so insane, like it's too chaotic, and it's always hectic, and that's why everyone likes Target, because Target's peaceful and nice and everything, and the people in Walmart are always rude and nothing's ever stocked. I found a Walmart today across the street from where I was supposed to get my car smogged. We've never been to that one, and when we went inside, let me tell you, it was like a fucking bizarro world. Everything was cheaper than a regular Walmart, but it was a regular Walmart. Everything was cheaper than our regular Walmart, I guess. And it was all clean, fully stocked, everything. There was nothing on the floor, okay? Everything in the produce aisle was fresh and ripe and perfect. They had fucking pancakes as free samples. Full fucking pancakes. I'm not even exaggerating to you. What the fuck? And everyone was just happy to be in there. Not one person though, not one person stared at me. Not one. Not one. And in my entire life, I've always been stared at. It's always happened, even when my hair was brown. People always stared at me. It's just how it is, because I'm just like a celebrity, you know, like whatever. But not one person stared at me. And it was so nice. Not one person. And there was people in the store. Nobody looked up and was like in shock. No one got in my face. No one stared at me. It was the best Walmart I have ever been to. And I hate Walmarts. And it was like such a good experience. Like I came out energized. Like what the fuck? Anyways, yeah. I really think that's all I have to tell you right now. I hope that if you're deep conditioning along with me, you're planning on leaving it in for a few hours, because the longer you leave it in, the better it works. Even if instructions say only leave it in for 5 or 30 minutes or something, leave it in for as long as you feel like. Leave it in as long as possible. You're gonna get more nutrients, more moisture, more protein, all the good stuff. And yeah, that is gonna be it for this video because I am really tired. It is so hot in California still. These months, these weathers, all of this stuff, it is horrible. I am going to go lay down and just deep condition for a few hours. Oh fuck, I have to do laundry. I'm gonna do laundry. All of my clothes that aren't underwear, I let them hang on this rolling rack right over here that I stole from Wet Seal after they went bankrupt and I quit. And I've had it ever since and I've never looked back. If you like these videos and you want to support me, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell because I make 3 videos a week, sometimes more, depends on the week. And if you really want to support me and become a super cool Hauntie, my Patreon is listed down below for you to find and join and get all the perks of. Still in the process, so this is the beginning, not RuPaul. You can find me on most things at Popgoth with an underscore and Holographic Goth on Tumblr. And I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, Haunties.